big news in terms of the return of sports is that the NBA is now got a plan in place that would theoretically allow them to return. Now, we talked a lot about it this week. And personally, I think the NBA right now is implementing a policy that would have made sense in April, and it's not going to go into place until nearly August. And what I mean by that is we've got casinos open in Vegas. We have, and around the country. We've got casinos open in Vegas and around the country. We've got amusement parks opening all over the country, but in particular in Florida. I got a notification the other day that Dollywood is going to be opening here soon in Tennessee, my home state. I'm going to take my kids there. We're going to go up to the Smoky Mountains. We're going to spend a weekend at some point in June, and I'm going to take my kids, and we're going to go to amusement parks. I live my life without fear from the coronavirus, as I would encourage you guys to be doing as well. I'm more troubled and have been for a long time about the 42 million people who are unemployed because of the coronavirus than I am by the coronavirus itself. Okay? That is my opinion that is supported by factual data. But the NBA, this 22-team plan, is a little bit messy to start with. And then you get into the actual postseason, and when the playoffs start, it's going to be so strange because really there's no point at all in the seeding. I mean, I know that the better teams are going to be theoretically playing the worst teams, but there's zero home court advantage. So the entire purpose of the regular season is kind of eliminated, and it's effectively almost like an NCAA tournament, except it's not an NCAA tournament. It's still a best 4 out of 7. And I say it's like an NCAA tournament because there's really, I mean, this is more of a tournament the way it's going to be played than it is the regular season. Does that make sense? And so I do understand that there's going to be an argument of, oh, there's an asterisk connected to whoever wins the championship this year. I'm not going to buy into that so much, and I give the credit to the NBA for getting back, but I just think they're getting back way too late. They should have been playing, in my opinion, during the month of June right now. They should be going. They should have been in training camp in May, but I don't even understand why they're not going straight into camp right now. They know what their plan is. Why are they going to wait weeks to implement that plan when, in theory, by Monday, why couldn't they be all in camp starting to get back in shape and start playing at the beginning of July at the latest? And somebody say, well, why would you want to start at the beginning of July? The answer is so that I could be finished before almost all of the NFL season started. As a sports fan, I think we're going to have a cornucopia of sporting excess when we actually get to the real part of the seasons going again, which I believe will be in July. Right? I think everybody will be basically back up and running. MLS, NHL, Major League Baseball, NBA, all of it will be roaring by the time we get to July. And I think we'll have sports all the way through. We're talking already about crowds coming back and what that's going to look like. All of those things are going to be great. But I think the NBA is going to look particularly out of sorts when they are playing with no fans present. And less than a mile away, there's tens of thousands of people at the Magic Kingdom in Disney World. And everybody's going to be in SeaWorld and in Legoland, and they're going to be at Universal Studios Hollywood hanging out with Harry Potter World, and there are going to be huge crowds of people in all those places, and there's going to be no one at all to speak of in the larger community around the NBA games. And I just don't think that makes sense. It's why I've been saying for a while, as interesting and entertaining as I think this will be, I do think there's a mess associated with the way that they have chosen to put their league together. And I don't know that it makes sense for everybody to need to be at Disney World. I think it would be easier to just have teams playing in their hometowns, and then it's relatively easy to get around. And I understand, in general, how it's set up in terms of people being able to react to, oh, we don't want people to be on the road, we don't want them traveling and everything else. But from mid-July until mid-October, living in a hotel is a long time to be doing that. And I know you can bring your families in off and on, But it still seems a little bit strange to me. And I understand that people are in military and that they have to consider that a lot of people travel for work and all those different things. But I don't know why you wouldn't just use the home gyms. I really don't. And then go to a 2-3-2 schedule to help limit how much travel is actually going on.